What's going on, everyone? Welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and I'm back doing my match previews and reviews. If you haven't seen these videos before, the general gist of them is that I'm basically going to be doing a very brief roundup of the upcoming fixture for Arsenal's Premier League season. In this case, the game of the opening day, Crystal Palace at home. It's been anticipated for so long now. It's still, I'm saying that, but it has really flown by. This summer has gone by such a flash. With all these new signings coming in for Arsenal, the signing of Alexis Sanchez, Callum Chambers, Matthew Debuchy, David Ospina, got an incredibly exciting squad, and I don't think any gooner out there has been this excited about a Premier League season for a good long while. It really does look like Wenger is going out there spending money. I still think there's more to spend, in fact, and it just really looks like a really promising campaign for any gooner out there. And we're going to be kicking off our season with a home fixture against Crystal Palace. Now, if you remember this time last year, things didn't go too well on the opening day of the season. We lost 3-1 to Aston Villa. Fans were absolutely distraught. I was myself. It was, quite frankly, a really horrible day. We hadn't signed anyone at that point. There looked to be absolutely no hope within the squad, no desire, and we were losing 3-1 at home to Aston Villa. However, this year, I think our team looks so reformed. That FA Cup victory has just refreshed and replenished the whole side. We've won a Community Shield now as well, and although it could be considered as a glorified friendly, we are going into this game with a lot of confidence behind our back, with a very well-equipped side. We've got excellent strength in depth now. And I think this is kind of the perfect, comfortable season opener. Of course, we can't underestimate Crystal Palace. We played them twice last season. Admittedly, we did do the double over them. Playing them away was definitely a tough fixture. That was the first time we played them last season. They gave us a real tough test. We were having to hold on to a 1-0 lead for a majority of that game until Giroud clinched it right at the very end. They're a very Pulis has got a very good unit at his disposal. He is an excellent manager at building and assessing a team, and you've got to give him a lot of praise. I personally really don't like the guy, but what he's done with Palace is so admirable. To get them from where they were when he took over to get to a near mid-table finish is absolutely incredible what he's done there. So we can't underestimate him. Whether they're going to beat that this season remains to be seen. I think it's going to be incredibly difficult if Pulis does do that. But they have brought in a couple of new signings. First off, Brede Hangeland, the centre-back they signed in from Fulham. He's got experience, character. Didn't have the best of seasons with Fulham, but I'm sure with Palace he'll bring some experience to a back four that does require it in some ways. They need players like that. They have got a fairly youthful side, Palace, and players like that are needed. I could see entirely what Pulis has done there. But the extravagant buy for them, well, I say extravagant, they paid 900 grand on him. Fraser Campbell from Cardiff City, he's an excellent purchase for them. And for only 900 grand, a quality bit of business there by Pulis as well. He's going to get them a few goals. Had a decent season with Cardiff, although they did get relegated. He did start the season incredibly well with them. He slacked off a bit towards the end, but for under £1 million for Palace, he's going to be a good sign. He's going to provide support for the likes of Jason Puncheon and Marouane Chamakh. And they've already got a very good unit at their disposal, and I think Pulis knows that. I don't think their transfer business is done by any means. They're being linked with a move for Wilfried Zaha, and if they got him on loan from Manchester United, which does kind of look inevitable at this moment in time, he'd be an excellent player for them to have, just to provide a sort of alternative option, and they could very well get him in before that game against us on Saturday. Of course, we haven't signed a DM at this moment in time, so it's going to be really interesting to see how Wenger lines the team up and how someone like Arteta is going to cope in this kind of physical and intense environment. Of course, he played exceptionally well throughout the whole of last season. His legs have admittedly slackened towards the start of this season, but throughout pre-season, should I say. But I thought he did very well in that Community Shield game. I think the likes of Wilshere and Ramsey really provide support for him. I think we've been lining up in a 4-1-4-1 formation, and Wilshere and Ramsey provided excellent support for Arteta, covering him, whereas Arteta is doing the more dirty, physical side of the game, which we don't normally see, and that's not appreciated so much. But that kind of system is working for us. But I am hoping that we will get a proper, solid defensive midfielder in before the deadline day anyway. But it doesn't look like we're going to be getting anyone in before this game. But who knows, by the time that game comes around, hopefully, maybe we'll have got someone in at that stage. Looking at Arsenal's lineup, a lineup off the top of my head, I'd probably go Szczesny in goal, Debuchy, Koscielny, Chambers, Gibbs, Ramsey, Arteta, Sanchez, Cazorla, Chamberlain and Giroud. That's just a lineup off the top of my head. I wouldn't mind seeing Wilshere actually start this game. I thought he had an excellent performance against Man City. But it'd be great if he could bring some kind of momentum into the season. So maybe it could be considered that he starts this game. Leave your team predictions in the comments box below. That's what I'm really intrigued in. Like I said, that lineup was only off the top of my head. There are a whole new range of possibilities we could have in the team. Could even see Joel Campbell start this one if we wanted to. It might be a bit of a risk. Or Yaya Sanogo. Could see Sanchez play as striker. Whole range of possibilities now. We've got such a good squad at our disposal. So leave your team lineups in the comments box below. Hopefully we'll get the win in this one. I'm really confident we will. If we can emulate that performance against Man City at the weekend, I've got no doubts whatsoever that we're going to win this one. It is a bit disappointing that we're going to be without our German players, Mertesacker, Podolski and Ozil. That is a bit of a blower. I'm really looking forward to seeing Ozil and Sanchez combine when they do eventually come together, which will probably be in the Everton game, because Ozil does the stuff off the ball that people don't really see as much, whereas Sanchez is the kind of player that I think every single Arsenal fan wanted to see Ozil be last season. The kind of player that is going to bring flair and spark and intensity to the game. The kind of guy that's going to run with it, do all the magic trickery that we were expecting of Ozil. And Ozil still does that. It's just he does it in a more refined sense, and he does it so people don't appreciate it as much. Very selfless player. When these two combine, it's going to be absolutely magnificent. And if Cazorla can keep his form going that he had in the Community Shield, it's going to be a really exciting game. I don't think there's going to be a whole range of goals in this. I'm going to go for a standard 2-0 win to Arsenal. Going to be a very tight game in my opinion. Palace are going to give everything in this. They're going to have that solid back four now with the introduction of Breda Hangeland, but hopefully we can break it down. And hopefully we'll see a couple of goals in this one, and most importantly, get the 3 points. Anyway guys, those have been my thoughts on the upcoming game against Crystal Palace. Please leave your score predictions in the comments box below. If you have enjoyed the video, it'd be great if you click the like button. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV as well as my own channel, AFC Game by Game. As always, thanks for watching guys.